Life when I was young was so simple and innocent. My friendships were filled with adventure. We thought we could do anything and become anyone we wanted. Adolescence marked a sudden realization that our relationships are far more complicated than we ever imagined. Nothing quite prepares us for the struggle for identity and intimacy in today's world.
I'm from Texas. I'm from San Antonio.
We're all from the Midwest area.
I'm from France.
I'm from Scotland.
I'm from New Jersey. I go to Michigan State.
I go to Duke University.
Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from New York. What are we doing?
Hey! Every year, hundreds of thousands of college students head out to a sunny destination for spring break.
I'm studying sociology and psychology. I want to be in nursing.
I want to be a teacher.
I'm aerospace engineering.
I may be your doctor someday. These people are here will be the future leaders of America.
Yes. There's a lot of naked people and a lot of alcohol, and it's fucking great.
There's a lot of hooking up, wet t-shirt contests.
People come to Panama City, basically get fucked up and fuck bitches. That's it.
We're trying to get laid.
You can honestly do whatever you want.
Get wild, get crazy. That's what spring break's all about.
We live in a Kim Kardashian sex tape world, right? There is no line anymore.
She became famous off of a sex tape. That's what our generation's built on.
To be accepted and to be well-liked, you need to be nude. You need to push the line.
You just want to get down like Beyonce. Hell yes.
Assume the position, girls.
Whether it's social media with the Instagram and the Facebook, and whether it's music videos, movies, TV shows, that's really what shapes our lives. Sex sells, like that's just how the market is nowadays. Exactly.
Softcore porn really is everywhere. 50 Shades of Grey is softcore porn.
I watch porn, she watches porn, he watches porn, because that's what it's about.
We're in this grand experiment where images of explicit sexuality are now not just at the margins of the culture, but they're at the heart of the culture.
The whole culture's kind of been pornified, if that's a word. What we've seen on television and everything else, sex is nothing anymore. Sex doesn't mean anything. Sex is just a pleasure.
To be honest, this is our first spring break in America. We just come down for a good time. We're not come here to shag no one. There's no reason for these beads on our necks, but we just come down for a good time.
This is jewelry for me.
Have a few drinks and enjoy yourselves.
What's the first quality you notice in a girl?
First quality?
Yeah, what's the first thing you notice about a girl?
Obviously, it's silly to say, but obviously it's all about looks to begin with.
Yeah.
But I'll stop there, yeah.
Are a lot of people having sex here? Is that what's going on?
In spring break? I'm not sure. Have you had sex yet?
Not in spring break. Not
gonna lie, I've had sex multiple.
Yeah, you had sex next to me last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes.
Yeah. But anyway.
So it happens.
Oh, it happens all the time. Of course it does. That's why we come here, innit?
What does sex mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Depends on the situation, but
it's just it's a commodity, really, isn't it, nowadays?
Today, sex is all about fucking getting it in. No, it's
a number.
It's not
Sex
about
is a number.
Sex is not a number. That's terrible to say, but
you know, you're the prime example of it. Sex is a number for you.
For me, depends who you're shagging. That's the thing.
Is it? Is it about the number?
It's not about the number. It's not. It can't
be honest. Be honest.
Yeah. All right. Go on. Go on. It's about the number. Dirty bastard.
What's your number?
I don't know.
What did you like? Alright, fellas. Alright, come into our humble abode. Come in, fellas. Come on, ladies.
Here we are. Is that your get-up tonight? That's what I'm wearing tonight. Don't matter what we're all colour coordinated tonight.
TT, mate, we're on.
So it looks like you've been keeping your room in pretty decent condition.
You should have seen the state of that bed last night. Bloodstains, yes.
Bloodstains? Why? What happened?
Someone
was shagging a virgin, lads. Ask him.
Someone was shagging a virgin.
Ask Big Dick over here.
What happened?
I cut my foot. I don't know.
It's not the only thing he cut.
Was she a virgin?
Yes. Don't know. I'm gonna assume so.
She's not anymore.
She must have been.
Not anymore, yeah. Get her on speakerphone. 615.
We're going to talk about last night.
Get that boom in here.
By the way, I've not spoken to her since last night, so
since she bled on us.
Hey, is that Jessica? Yeah. Hey, Jessica, it's Shay. Did you have a good time last night? Sorry, dear.
Yeah. I really hanging out with you guys. You're really nice.
That's great to hear. Did you want to do it again tonight?
We'll play it by ear.
What? I'm devastated right now.
He's in love, dude. He's in love.
Oh, mate, don't ruin it.
I just don't want to have sex.
What? I think you're an absolute gorgeous girl, and I'd love to do it again.
Wait, what?
She's not.
I think you're a gorgeous girl, and I'd absolutely love to do it again with you, dear.
Okay, well, I'm sure we could probably work that out.
Oh, fantastic. Right, well, I'll meet you at Sharpie's, dear.
Okay, bye.
So we're on our way to go meet this girl from last night.
Oh, shit, yeah. Forgot about her. That was a great shout.
Are we?
What do you think about that?
I think she's gorgeous. Can't wait to meet her.
He's lying.
Is there something special about being with a virgin?
That's a very good question. I think it's a challenge. Challenge accepted.
That is the ultimate challenge. If you sleep with a virgin, that's the ultimate challenge.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to shag her last night.
But you done it.
Fucking everyone likes a chase, don't they? Everyone likes a bit of a fucking challenge to have, and a virgin offers that. And I'm not complaining at all, but it was decent. It was decent.
Do the girls sleep in the room too?
No.
It depends how ruined they got that out before.
If they're a trooper, once you bang them, they'll put their clothes back on then and do one. But sometimes they might fall asleep and they'll do one about 7 o'clock in the morning.
And what happens when do you take them out to breakfast? Or?
I like it when they stay. We can go for long walks on the beach and all sorts.
What? Why are you trying to make something in front of camera?
Is he telling the truth? Did he take her out to breakfast this morning?
She left. I was happy days. She left straight away.
See what I mean? She's a trooper.
What about tonight? Are you going to shag?
I hope so.
He's going to do his best, but...
Yeah, you're going to put my best effort in.
You need to get to know her first, though, right?
No. What do you mean, get to know her? Yeah, I'll get to know her name, where she's from, that's about it.
And then it's
then it's down the business.
Yeah, it's all game.
Decent condition?
You should have seen the state of that bed last night. Bloodstains, yes.
Bloodstains? Why? What happened?
Someone
was shagging a virgin, man.
Ask him.
Someone was shagging a virgin.
Ask Big Dick over here.
What happened?
I cut my foot. I cut my foot.
It's not the only thing he cut.
Was she a virgin?
Yes. Don't know. I'm gonna assume so.
She's not anymore.
She must have been
No,
like that.
Benny, we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Come on, Benny.
We're following him around, so we're just trying to capture basically his journey on spring break.
So you're just trying to have sex with all girls?
No. He just.
I would get in a lot of trouble with my school. Yeah, we go to a private school.
Look, honestly, it's completely up to you. You don't have to say a thing.
I would get in a lot of trouble.
I respect the decision, whatever you say.
Yeah, I would get in a lot of trouble.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
We're gonna have a party back at our place now. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 seconds. And you go 4 more.
1, 2, 3.
Let's do it. Come on, girls. You're cool as well. You're cool. Okay.
It's a totally different world nowadays. It's easy to have sex with girls. They're down, just like guys are down, you know what I mean? That's what people do now. You meet a girl, you hang out with her, you flirt with her, you maybe, make out with her when you first meet her, and then you can tell right away if she's down or not, and then your ultimate goal is to take her back and, have sex with her. As a guy, that's your goal every time,
We lead on the beach, we get drunk, we go back to the hotel and have casual sex, and then we go about our lives like we never met.
But it's so unrespectful.
It's unrespectful, whatever, but that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Back in the past, it would usually be, let me take you on a date, let me get to know you a little bit before we can take it any further. Versus now it's like you get a girl's number, and the majority of the guys here are just thinking about sex. You wanna know how easy sex is to get in America? If you wanna follow me, I will show you. Well, let me show you. Fighting's easy in America too. We ain't gonna stress that. Can you why the fuck are you so cute?
I don't know. Do you even remember me? Yeah,
Chrissy.
you slapped our asses.
Bro, can I get 2 kisses on the cheek from both of you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I really think he should
And
have
it's
won
like that. Society's horrible.
He should have won that hot body contest.
Should have won a hot body contest. It's all about self-image, publicity.
Yeah.
It's all about beauty and how you look.
Yeah, for real. And you look
It's a
beautiful.
horrible thing.
Yeah.
But I don't mind because I'm a guy. I love, I like orgasming. So these beautiful ladies right here, like, Jesus Christ, can you do a sexy pose for me? Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Just like that. Nothing. Nothing. No morals behind it. Nothing behind it. It's that simple. That simple. Like, can I get 2 kisses on the list from me? Like,
I'll kiss him.
you want another example? Let me show you some other shit. Come on. I want some culture. Jack, bro, can I get a kiss?
I need a
bro?
picture.
Where are you on my life? Oh my Lord Jesus Christ.
You was fine with the damn dress.
Yeah, I'm fine. Let baby girl come pose a sexy picture for my dog. Hey, what's happening? Like, hey, just like that. Hey, it means nothing anymore.
Come on.
It means nothing. It's horrible.
Come on. Get it. Put that ass on him, girl. Get it. Look at it, girl. Get it.
Sex today, sex don't mean anything. You can have one night stands, wake up in the morning and you be like, all right, I'll move on with my day.
I mean, I know guys that come down here and try to have sex with as many people as they can. Like, competing with their friends. Let's see who can get the biggest number.
One night stands, all night long. All night long. Every day.
How many girls?
3 or 4 a night.
Any chance for a longer-term relationship with any of them?
Not at all.
Any chance for finding love?
No.
DTF. Down to fuck. Like,
that's what it's about, huh?
It's all about fucking. It's not a love thing. It's not a on me, nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, sex is sex, I'll never talk to her again.
But maybe you can be pen pals.
No. Like, I'm not gonna write letters and stuff. I mean, who cares? Like,
No. No love. I just, ugh.
The girl with the pink bottoms, that's your girlfriend?
Yeah, we don't care. I got the chill bottoms.
We're here to have a good time. They don't care, we don't care.
Is she mind if you hook up?
No. I don't know.
Yeah. What does love mean to you guys?
I love her.
Yeah, me too.
I love her, but I love tits, so I'm gonna show the face.
Yeah. But what does love mean?
Right.
Love?
Yeah.
Love is not real. Love is not real. It's like this fictitious thing that society invents so you can have sex with someone. Am I right? I'm right.
It's that easy.
Our generation has given up on love. Absolutely. I agree. It's easier to find a fuck buddy than a boyfriend. Exactly. Oh my God. It's true.
Like, I would love to have sex with her. Like, she's beautiful, and that's what it's all about. Like, if you're attracted to somebody, it's nothing to have sex these days, right?
You should just have sex to nothing.
Like, just get a hug, like grab that ass one time. Like, where have you been? Like, you want to explain that? God damn.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We shall move on from here. Cameras on you. Champagne and orange juice.
One of my really good girlfriends that I knew for a long time, she has this problem where she just she hooks up with anybody, and she admits it. And she was
that's what we call.
She was talking to me
she's a hoe.
Yeah, she was talking to me the other day, and she was like, me and my girlfriend were talking, and we both happened to hook up with the same guy, and he texted us in the morning.
Eskimo sisters.
No, he texted us in the morning and was like, hey, I had a good time, like it was nice to see you, and we sat down and talked about what a great guy he was because he texted us in the morning. And I was like, what? And then she was like, I realized how awful that was later because every other guy we'd been hooking up with or that I'd been hooking up with hadn't texted us, had completely ignored us. They acted weird when we came around. And I was like, that's wrong. And people will completely dismiss any emotions that go with sex because it's not supposed to matter anymore. It's not supposed to be a big thing. And I think that's the big difference between the 60s sexual revolution and now is that in the 60s, it still had to do with emotion. Even though it was free sex, it still was about, oh, I love this person. I care about this person. I want to spend time with this person. But it's become a thing where it's not about love anymore. It's not about relationships. It's become a thing where sex has to do with feeling good. That's supposed to be a
special meaning of sex, right?
It took away the special meaning of oh, I fell in love with this person. I'm gonna have sex with them. This is something really special.
Let me rephrase that. Not took away the meaning of sex. They took away the meaning of making love. That's
making
really
love
is, right?
doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not at all.
The predominant story about sex in college is, we're casual about it. So the ideal attitude in a hookup is whatever. That's how you're successful at it. Because if you're whatever about it, you can walk away and be like, I don't care if I ever see that person again. I don't care about the experience either. So the message people are receiving is ambivalence is the best attitude to have about sex.
Young people in our culture learn what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, how they're supposed to relate to each other, how they're supposed to have sex from popular culture, whether it's social media, film, television, pornography, their peers. And you see this theme of non-intimate sex, throughout every type of popular culture that's out there, which is a different type of sex than the sex we used to see.
I don't care what you like or what your name is. And the good news is you don't have to care about me either. And we can still tear each other apart. What do you think?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I think, yeah, let's do this.
Traditionally, it has been men who have driven that kind of culture, men who have wanted to be able to score without complication. But in a hookup culture, the big difference is it's not just the expectations that men have of being sexually promiscuous, but it's women actively participating in it and essentially accepting those as kind of the rules of the sexual game.
I think sex is more important right at the beginning to find out what's happening because you don't know what's happening.
So you like to have the sex right away and then find out, like, who are you?
Yeah.
How did you get in here?
In a culture of casual sex, my job is to essentially shut down emotionally and shut down as a person in order to be sexually intimate with you. I'm gonna pretend like you're not really a person. You're just there for my pleasure. Whether or not students are able to actually live this out is one thing, but this is the message that they're getting, that this is sort of the ideal for the casual encounter at college. And so students are working hard not to care. They're working hard to have meaningless sexual encounters. Love isn't part of the college experience anymore.
So of all the girls that you guys have hooked up with this week, how many of them do you think you'll stay in touch with?
I don't think we'll see anybody again after that this week.
We're not. You're not going to meet up with anyone.
What's that?
How many?
Honestly, I reckon we might keep in touch with boys that stayed this side.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys. No, of the girls you hooked up with.
Oh, girls, no.
Hang on, we need a few girls. Girls!
We'll ask them if they'll
Excuse
do
me,
it.
girls. How's it going?
Where are you from? Australia. I'm from Ohio. I'm Anna. Thank you.
So what do you guys gonna do down here this week?
I mean, just party, drink. I mean, meet as many people as possible. It's my only. It's my only week break for probably another year.
Are you gonna have sex?
No. I mean, no.
No?
I don't.
All right,
No.
see you in a bit, sunshine. I'm just kidding. I'm just famous. I'm just famous, darling.
It's a little dangerous.
I'm just famous. It's dangerous. Why is it dangerous?
I don't know anyone.
Can I have a kiss on my cheek? Oh, I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Do you want a drink? Would you like
Absolutely.
it? What are you drinking?
Nothing. I don't have
Right, come on then. We'll get you sorted out with a drink. Come on. Right. I've only want to make something for struggling. You immersion it.
I know, literally, like he's just walked in there, he's given it a "you're cute, can I have a kiss?" and then, as you boys have just seen.
Just like that?
Yeah, yeah. When you got a dick his size, of course it is.
Shouldn't they get to know each other first?
It's only going to be one kiss, isn't it? What's harm in one kiss?
If it was just going to be one kiss.
Hey, give us 5 minutes.
That's gone from the horse's mouth.
Fucking hell, look at that. He's even turned the fucking thing off.
Lights are off, doors locked.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah.
Mate, are the lights off?
Yeah.
Lights are off.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's your spring break, fellas.
I've gone and left my phone in there.
So it's basically, hi, how you doing? Want to have sex?
Nah, we're not.
We're not that smooth.
We're not that direct. We're not that forward. We'll have a little bit of a chat. Just compliment the girl, tell her how good looking she is, and she'll just fall for it. Especially with the accent as well.
You saw it. He went, "You're cute. Can I have a kiss?" And then the kiss is obviously turned into, and then that's then turned into the lights being turned off, door shut, door locked.
How many minutes?
What?
How many minutes?
What? When he met her? 8. What was it? About 15?
20 minutes.
I don't know, basically it's part of like today's culture, society, it's going to happen. You just got to accept it, embrace it, and hopefully one day we'll grow up and be like Grandad Brown over there.
See you later, sweetheart.
She come, she saw, shake uncle.
Nothing happened in there, nothing happened in there.
How was that drink you had in there, mate?
We had a lovely drink together.
Yeah, no, wind down, cut the waters.
Got a nice
Nice little cuddle.
Yeah, she's a lovely
nice
girl.
to have a cuddle in there.
Lovely girl,
You know,
actually.
nice to have a cuddle.
Got to know her really well. See you, darling. See you tomorrow night. Smell my fingers.
Mate, that literally took you 20 minutes from there in there, lights off, posh.
Happy days.
When's the next one coming in?
Ladies, come on up. Can't be doing that. Oh, can we?
Of course you can.
No, she's a really lovely girl, really good looking.
What's she called?
Really nice racket tits. She's called Jenny.
That's a fucking lie.
Or Amy.
I'm Anna.
You're gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
She's called Jenny, she's called Jenny, she's called Jenny.
So, what were the qualities that attracted you to her?
To begin
She
with,
was easy.
She put out. Right, a great thing on a
love
girl.
a girl that puts out. No, she's a very good looking. I said that to her. I said, look, you're gorgeous, down to earth, really easy to get along with.
He said all the things she wanted to hear.
Exactly, that's what she wanted to hear, and I give it to her. Oh, fuck, that sounded horrible. But I'm not gonna lie, I did give it to her.
Is there a chance for a relationship?
To be honest, she's a very good looking girl. She's very easy going. If she doesn't shag again tonight, yeah, for sure, yeah. But at this stage, I've no idea where she lives, no idea where she's from. So
what, do you reckon you can...
To be honest, probably not. To be honest, most likely not, but that's the way things happen. That's the way things go on spring break. Girls! Girls! Come on down, How's it going? How you doing?
These are nice looking girls.
Dressed up tonight.
Girls, come here.
Looking good.
Girls, where are you going?
Girls, come here.
She smelled good earlier, but...
Not now.
Oh, hey, lady.
Where are you up to tonight?
Where are you going tonight, girls?
Not really sure yet.
Looking very well dressed up. I like it.
Thank you.
There aren't enough girls dressed up around here.
Casual sex in theory is supposed to be this very exciting, one-time experience full of desire and pleasure. And, in theory, it's like this very exciting, almost like movie-like encounter. However, those almost are non-existent when you talk to college students. It's really hard to find someone who can describe something like that. There are all these messages out there for young men and young women to act a certain way around sex, around each other, around relationships or not having relationships, around hooking up. And so I think we need to look at what students are learning about what it means to be a man and what it means to be a liberated young woman with regard to sexuality.
There are so many ways in which we as a culture are teaching our sons and men what it means to be a man. There's the media culture, of course, whether it's Hollywood film or pornography or video games, television. You have the sports culture where there's lots of lessons about manhood that boys from the earliest ages are absorbing. And it's saying that being a man means being powerful, being in control of yourself, in control of situations. It means getting the respect of others. I mean, it's so deeply embedded, this idea of manhood as powerful. And that's profoundly influential in shaping men's sexual self-understanding.
Masculinity in this culture is about a notion of male strength. And then women play into that. Women are one of the ways in which you can express that power. Women are one of the ways in which, on whose bodies you express that power. And so real men, sleep with a lot of women. If you're a real man, you're a player, you're a guy. It's the ideal.
Don't rush into synco. Start with dos.
Please welcome Instagram's most loved and hated man, Dan Bilzerian.
One of the reasons I started the Instagram stuff was just so I could get laid without actually having conversation.
You banged as many as 4 women in one night, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Wish you could teach me to be a man.
In pop culture, sex is seen as something that young men do to validate their own masculinity. It's a vehicle for young men towards self-esteem.
We just want to know something, okay? Are you going to be fucking that later? Or are you going to be a little wimp, huh?
How do you know I haven't already?
Oh, good boy. Get out of here. I think it's past your bedtime. Run along.
I always say that masculinity is really a performance. It's a performance that boys do for other boys. And so what ends up happening is that girls become part of how boys prove their masculinity to each other. It's all about a chance for them to prove, hey, I got the hottest girlfriend, or I have as many girlfriends. And so she's not necessarily a girl with a name and identity, but she's an opportunity for me to prove my masculinity to my friends.
What does it mean to you to be a man?
What's it mean to be a man?
Define masculinity.
Well, as a man, I can, I'm different from girls because, just like I said, girls, they choose yes, no. I'd fuck any girl here. That's just me, and I feel that's just a man. That's what we were put on this earth to do.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. And work out, big muscles, get these girls. Like those boobs, holy shit.
Are you gonna go pick up on her?
Oh, I've been talking to her. Her name's Jenna, or something. Yeah, Jenna. We can go back to my room. You both can come.
I'm not drunk enough. Sorry, Jeff. You can't pick us up.
Pick up line didn't work. See, I got denied again. But it's on to the next girl.
Today, guys rate you on how many girls you get. If you really think about it. Like some guys look up to you just because of that.
I feel like a lot of it's like being like in a pack, you know, like if you're like the dude that's having the sex with the most girls, you're the cooler dude and stuff like that, you know, like.
Sex, it's kind of like bragging rights to my boys, you know. Who doesn't like to say I hooked up with a girl?
And this man's on like count number 4 already, I think.
I ain't gonna lie. I fucked like 25 of them hoes without a condom.
That's that thought.
That's when you know you with the shit.
Like I said, I had sex in a porta potty.
I had sex on the beach.
Hey. My man.
For me and him, we're always going for the BBD, the bigger, better deal.
Bigger, better deal.
The bigger, better deal.
I mean, you look at pornos, they have all these categories like big tits, big asses, I mean like Asian. So you're always just like, what am I feeling right now? Because like you can look at like 20 different girls at one time. Just like, here's the girl, okay, she's hot. I'm gonna X out this one. I'm gonna find a different girl. Like you can go black, Asian, fucking Chinese, and like just keep on mixing it up. And that's what is moving you away from relationship, is just the BBD factor, the bigger, better deal. There's always someone that can be better. Always a girl that can be hotter. Yeah, always a girl that could have a bigger butt. Always a girl that could have bigger tits. Always a girl that could have better tits than the one that you're with right now. You're not looking for a girl that's cool. You're looking for a girl that's sexy as fuck. So that you can bring her out, and so when people look like, damn, that dude's killing it, because that girl's sexy as fuck.
You're looking for the neck breakers, dude. The girls that guys will turn their necks for.
Give us a minute.
It makes complete sense to me that men would engage in hookup culture because they get the proverbial bro fist bump, right? They get attention for sleeping with women. In fact, the more you sleep with, the cooler, tougher, more manly you are assumed to be. But at the end of the day, I think there are a lot of men who don't want to do that, but they feel a lot of social pressure to do that from other men in order to get their validation for being a real man.
As boys, to become men, you're taught that you're supposed to always want to have sex. You're supposed to always want to be on the prowl. You're never supposed to turn sex down. If you're a boy and a girl wants to have sex with you and you say, I don't want to have sex, that's extremely deflating to your manhood.
To the extent that you haven't slept with a lot of women, and yet the culture says a real man sleeps with a lot of women, that puts a lot of anxiety in terms of what your relationships with women should be. It puts a lot of anxiety into, well, I've got to sleep with someone really quickly. I've got to have sex quickly so I can be a real man. And I think that has its own level of anxiety that is built into it. That masculinity isn't just this one-dimensional thing where, you know, men go around acting tough. Men are full of these insecurities. Men are full of these anxieties about not measuring up.
Let me tell you something a boy said to me once that I think really captures this. He said that in school there was pressure on him to date. This is the first year of high school. And he was resisting that. He said there were even girls who were telling him he was cute and they would like to go out with him. And he didn't want to do that. And I said, why? And he said, I just want to be a kid as long as I can. I mean, I just want some space where I don't have to always be on sexually. But the culture was demanding it of him. His peers were demanding of it. The media he was consuming was demanding of it. I think that a whole lot of kids who, if they could verbalize it, would say something like that. I just want to be a kid for as long as I can.
I have about 16 close friends, and I was laughed at. There was probably about 4 of us who were virgins out of the 16, and it was constant. Oh, you're still a virgin? Like, why are you still a virgin? Let's go out, we'll get you a girl, we'll get you nailed, all this. And I was kind of a bit taken aback from it because I don't think I was quite ready. I don't think I was quite ready to lose my virginity when I did. And I did, and it wasn't magical, it wasn't like special, it wasn't, and it was with someone who wasn't a virgin as well.
But you felt a tremendous amount of pressure.
More serious pressure. But then once it was done, it was almost like a pressure was lifted. But I was like, but what was the point? Like,
were you not together with that?
No, my first time it was a one night stand, and it was the whole night was peer pressured into it happening, and I was just, it happened through, like I said, it was a mixture of like alcohol, it was a mixture of like a forceful kind of attitude. It was all right. Looking back now and thinking, I'm 23 years old now, and I was turning 19 when I lost my virginity.
Shut up.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. But see, the thing is though, like how old were you?
What?
Honestly, how old are you? Without lying, because I know a lot of lads back home will
Can we
say
cut this bit? No? Alright, sweet. Honestly?
Yeah.
15. But then, you know, you said about peer pressure.
Yeah.
Like, my group of mates back home, there was like 7 of us. We had a bet the last one to lose it would have something ridiculous. And it was literally coming down to like the last 2 of us. And it was like, fuck, I have to do it. So then you step up to the plate. And luckily, I done it with a girl that I had like a lot of respect for, like been that close with her for like so many years, like 7 years. And it was like, I'm glad I lost it to her rather than anyone else. If I lost it to someone else...
Did you feel peer-pressured into it?
Yeah, of course you do. If you've got a bet of all your mates who's the last one to lose it, you don't want to be the last one, do you?
But then do you think your virginity should be a bet?
No, but it's like...
It was.
And you don't want to be the last one of your mates to be the virgin, do you? Like,
I mean, is it a bigger deal amongst guys, though? Because I feel like with girls,
massively.
it's like, oh, you've lost your virginity, like...
If you were, like, the last one to have sex at your group of mates, you're almost, like, bullied, you're laughed at, you're almost like, hey, you're still a virgin.
It's harsh.
And like I was saying, I don't know anyone back home that like, hasn't,
Even, like, your closest friends would make fun of you for being a virgin.
Yeah, without doubt.
They wouldn't even, like, have respect for that?
Often, you know, men talk about how they have to have this careless attitude about sex for other guys. And so part of proving what it means to be a man today, especially a young man at college, is showing that you don't care and showing that you're invulnerable and that you don't feel things for other people in the context of sexual intimacy. Whereas young women always get the message about the desirable young woman, what she looks like, how she dresses, how she acts, what she knows with regard to sex. So both young men and young women are sometimes literally acting out according to these stereotypes or these expectations we have in culture.
Orange County, California, so Southern California.
I'm from Calabasas, California, which is also Southern California, near LA. I've never been on spring break. I've never been on spring break.
Yeah, yeah.
But I want to do like the whole rave shit, table service shit, you know what I mean? So coming on spring break, we have a fuck it list. And it's all the things that we plan on doing before we leave. And one of them,
very short list.
Very short. It's
like
growing as we're here.
Yeah, it's not like we didn't come here with it. It's
Yeah.
more of like,
it's our first time on
what's
spring
going on,
break.
it's experiences, culture, like, okay, that sounds cool, or
True.
like, oh, I bet this could happen, let's try and make
True.
it happen.
True.
It's like a bucket list type of thing,
But a bucket list, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're more than welcome to come with us tonight and go party and find out how the city is versus how the resort is.
Yeah. You have to experience that one.
Yeah.
We're just finishing up here. Excuse me, please.
We're just gonna start. So, can you ladies kind of talk about what tonight is gonna look like?
It's a great question. So I think we're
hot
kind
mess.
Hopefully. I mean, she's hoping tonight's gonna be a hot mess. I'm hoping that we get back safely.
When I say hot mess, I mean not per se us, what we see, what we experience is. I mean, so far it has been.
Yeah.
We're not working towards any particular goal, but if anything really fun or crazy arises, I'm not going to say no to it. So
what is your definition of fun?
Definition of fun.
Letting loose, but not
Being able to be carefree and not have to worry about being taken advantage of. So dancing on my own terms, not someone trying to come up to me and dance and trying to initiate something. Drinking without
God, I've been so scared of being drugged. Is that a legitimate fear?
That's a fear for me too.
That's a legitimate fear, I feel.
Definitely.
So having fun is pretty much not having to worry. I'm like holding my glass like this.
Yeah.
I'm like dancing like, oh yeah, try to get it through my fingers, asshole. Yeah, I don't even know where we're going, so I think we're just gonna go and figure that out and just kind of follow a crowd.
So we were involved in a bikini dancing contest, and he started like spraying us with like oil. I was like, I just walked out of the bathroom, and he's like,
no warning.
He's
Just she's talking and just like starts spraying her without
and like
sense or anything.
Yeah, and all of us were just like, what's happening? And he's like, just like rub it in.
Yeah, let's do it to you. Watch your back. I'll see you later.
It seemed way more staged now at that point. It was more effort. It wasn't just like, here's some spring breakers doing a dance. Like, we're putting effort into making you look a certain way.
Okay, well.
Oh, so basically you're going to dance for 10 seconds. After those 10 seconds, the people are going to decide who the winner is. All right, so dance. Of course, you can show a little bit more if you want. Please don't take your bottoms off. If you want, you can take your top off. You don't have to if you don't want, but if you do, of course, the people are going to make way more noise for you.
The boys.
The boys. All right, let's go.
In the beginning, it was kind of excitement. Then it turned to anxious, kind of stressed. Didn't know what was going to happen. It was just so many people. It was very intimidating at that point.
So we're going to start right now with a bikini contest. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls that are going to dance for all of you. All right, so we're going to go with contestant number. What's contestant number 1? All right. So, Senorita, your name and where you're from?
My name is Kimmy and I'm from California.
Turn around, come on. Shake that ass, and shake it, girl. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, hold on. I just need them to see exactly what I saw. So turn around and do like this. Alright, that's all. Everybody give it up for contestant number 1. Come on!
I felt pretty nervous at first, but once the music started going on, I mean, if I hear a good beat, I can dance to it. On one hand, I felt empowered, but then once it was over, he's like, okay, wait, no, come back, like turn around and like squat down, and so that they can see what I see. And I was like, okay, so I did it, but at that time it wasn't my choice to do that. He was suggesting that and putting that on me, and that didn't feel natural at all, and that didn't feel empowering to me.
Who thinks contestant number 1 should be in the final? Contestant number 6. Senoritas, thank you so much. You can come back here.
The bikini contest was such a testament to our lives. We're standing and being compared all the time and being shamed because our comparison is we're not the same. And it starts even when we're young, when these guys are, they're going through puberty and they have their hormones, and they see these girls on magazine covers who I hadn't even noticed. And then they're like, oh my God, she's so hot. And I'm like, why is she hot? Like, I think she's pretty. Like, why? And they're like, look at her tits. And like, look at her abs. Like, oh my God, she's perfect. I want a girl like that. And then you're like, well, okay. I'm like, all right. And then it just gets worse as you get older, and it's constantly a comparison. And the comparison that we're always getting is one look. And I think that's why we're so susceptible to it. That one thing influenced me even now, because I'm constantly thinking back of that one time where I'm like, oh my God, she's sexy. How do I get that?
Let's take a young girl and think about what does it mean that, you know, you're on the cusp of puberty, you're trying to figure out what it means to be female, and you're looking around the culture, and what's coming at you is Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, and in comes Cosmopolitan with its help of 10 easy ways to make him remember you. Today, the culture is saying if you behave a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, then you are an empowered young woman.
This, my love, has been the year of the bootay, and you are Miss Booty.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you can be sexy and beautiful.
Yeah.
And it is very empowering, I feel like, for women.
Do it, hey!
Any part of popular culture, in one sense, tells the same story around female sexuality, which is female sexuality is the key component of what it means to be female. You know, an individual image only makes sense in terms of what else surrounds it. If one image by itself, you know, was surrounded then by other images that showed women in a wider variety of roles, there would be nothing wrong with that one image. But when that one image is surrounded by another image that looks exactly the same, looks exactly the same, looks exactly the same, and that is only about one aspect of what women's identities could be, that's when I think these images will then start to take a real hold, because it normalizes the idea that to be a regular girl means to act in this way.
When you've accepted the belief for yourself as a young girl that my value equates my sex appeal, then you begin to act on that belief, and you begin to then need to compete and vie for attention from guys and be more noticed and more valued than your other girlfriends that are also beautiful and have sex appeal. So you will do crazy things to gain that attention, to gain that favor, to be sexy enough, because you've equated your value and your self-identity with that.
We're throwing a party today like no other. We got a bikini contest coming up. All these hot ladies are gonna be shaking it for you guys.
The other day, I went down there and I danced on stage and stuff, and it was just really fun. It makes you feel like free. It's like an attention experience. It's like for a moment you're on the spotlight.
I'm up here, everyone's looking at me right now, I feel good, they're happy, it's just a good feeling of empowerment.
All right, twerking for the crowd. Guys, I want to hear you out there. Let's keep this energy going. Come on.
I saw all these girls dancing up there. I was like, I need to get up there. When I got on stage, all I heard was cheers from 500 students. I felt like I was famous, I'm not gonna lie. By the time I was dancing in there, so many boys around me, and I felt like I'm the life of the party right now. Your confidence went down from here, which in proportion was already high enough, where it went to up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Club La Vila Day Stage Twerking Contest, make some noise for Crystal from SIU.
I think that women believe that being a sex object is empowering because it makes them feel as though they are wanted and desired. But the idea that our bodies are our value means that we are forever dependent upon men to validate us. We're dependent upon an outside source to say that we are important, to say that we are valuable. So I think women engage in hookup culture because it fits right into this. What's the ultimate way to get validation? It's to be wanted sexually. If someone values you and wants to have sex with you, then for that brief moment in time, we feel validated. We feel like we matter. We feel like we have worth.
We all hunger for visibility. This is the human condition. We want to be valued. We want to be visible. Yet in this culture, we say to young women, in order to be visible, in order to be noticed, in order to be desired, you have to A, look a certain way, and B, behave a certain way. And if you don't, then you are basically rendered invisible.
Everyone wants to matter. The will to matter is a kind of primal urge that we need to matter to other people. We need to be in society. And if the culture says to girls, this is the only way in which you can matter, it's not surprising then they take on those roles. Because if they don't, then actually you don't matter. If you don't, you become invisible. If you don't, you actually can't have that human connection that everyone needs. And so, that pressure just drives women to take on these roles, even though that may not be what they really want to do.
It all started, I think, the whole sexualization thing started when I was in 8th grade, I believe. And that's when guys started asking me for nude pictures from school. And I was so confused as to why they would ask me for that. And a lot of the time when I wouldn't, they would just lose interest.
Yeah.
And, when you're at such a vulnerable age, oh my goodness, no one's gonna like me and it's just gonna be awkward and I'm gonna be known as that girl who didn't do it. So there were definitely a couple instances in which I did send them, and I did get the attention that I wanted until it came to the point where it wasn't just pictures anymore. It was okay, well, you're sending me pictures, don't be a tease. I'm just okay. So, I had sex on my own terms and I did all the things on my own terms, but at the same time it was so uncomfortable for me because it's just all these added pressures.
Yeah, that's so true and real in my life as well. And I think growing up, on top of being pressured to do things, it's so about pleasing others. And it's what they think about me, especially when you're that young and you're being told what's normal. And like I said, I was a little girl looking at magazines and movies, and you look at women, and that's what you strive to be. You strive to look like that. And I feel like every girl has insecurities because none of us look like that. So either way, you're gonna find something wrong with you, and it sucks that we have to deal with that day to day.
Hi, so, señorita, your name and where are you from?
My name is Farah, I'm from California.
She's Farah, also from California. And here we go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, go shit. Yeah, let's go. Whoa. Twerk it, come on. Now, I have a question. Do you want to see her take her top off? So everybody say, show your dick. Come on, say. Everybody say. All right, let's do it really fast. Come on. 1, 2, and 3. We'll do it at the same time. Come on. All right, DJ. Hey guys, come on, be nice. All right, so let's go now with contestant number 4.
For me, they were cheering to take off my top. And in no shape or form would I ever think to do that. But in that situation, it was very tempting, or I don't know how to explain it. Everyone's a whole crowd is screaming for it, and
if you're on the border of it, you're for sure going to do it. Like, I just knew I wasn't going to, and I was even tempted to. So I think when they have an entire arena basically screaming for you to do one thing, it is very hard to say no. And I did, and I got booed for it, but whatever. I mean, I'm sure if they went on for 5 minutes, I'd probably end up doing it, because you just want to satisfy them and just get them to shut up.
Come on. They're asking for it. You wanted to win, right? They already made a lot of noise for you, so let's do it one more time. Come on. 1, 2, 3, go! Come on, go, 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 go! All right, so everybody give it up for contestant number 5.
On the one hand, you have women who have been told that sexuality is everything and is about female bodies satisfying male bodies. And on the other hand, you have boys being told that masculinity is about being tough, it's about being in control, it's about sleeping with lots of girls. When that is all within the context of hookup culture, where sex is separated from relationships and feelings, then with alcohol thrown in, the results are going to be disastrous.
Here's what happened. I'm going to give you 2 beans to motivate your titties. 2 beans. Okay? You ready? You ready? Why not?
Listen.
I'll be gentle.
Lift those tits and let them motorboat you.
I'll be gentle.
I'll be
gentle. Where's she going?
Listen. Come on, guys.
Inherent in hookup culture is the idea that men are supposed to be the drivers in the driver's seat, and they are entitled to women's bodies, and women don't have as much say as men in determining whether or not sex happens. And for a lot of men, they get the idea that all they have to do is push, 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 and some of them, are very planful about it.
If you think about the real messages we send to boys about what it means to be a man, often they're bound up in that sense of power and aggression. And given the centrality of sexuality to our lives, not surprisingly, those messages play out in sex.
You gotta show your fucking tags! What the fuck?
So if men are socialized to be sexually aggressive, then it's not a very big leap from a consensual sexual activity to sexual coercion of varying degrees, where men are often encouraged to pressure women into being sexually available, even when that girl might not want to.
They have a look to their face. They have a certain look to them that you just know they want to be motivated. Some of them don't look like they want to, but usually the more intoxicated they are, the more likely they are to let you motivate them. It's an art. You have to look and you scope them out. It's almost like motherfucking fishing.
Guys walking past me like, show your tits, and like girls are like pressured into it, like girls that wouldn't usually do it are over there like showing their boobs and stuff.
Girls like to show it off, like they act innocent inside, but they really do like to show it off. All girls are freaks, I think, to be honest. It just takes, you have to get it out of them, you know what I mean?
Oh, lots. All girls are sluts. No, girls are nothing but panty droppers. You give them a couple Percocets, a Vicodin, and a beer, and the panties drop. It's nice.
He's got down to a science.
That's what you are. You're a slut. She's a slut. She is. Yes.
You know, some men pushing through a woman's no, right? Like she says no, and he keeps going, and she says no, and I really want to. He keeps going, and you know, that man, he just sees himself as a player. That's how it works. You know, that's what the scripts show me. That's what you're supposed to do with women. And then women who have been socialized into performing for men, who now have had a couple drinks, guys are pressuring them, come on, do it, let's do it. And then guys, when they do that, then the men immediately think that these women are now fair game, and some men feel licensed to touch women and grab women and act on these women sexually.
You got these, you gotta show it. You gotta show it. Hey, no! No! Inappropriate, no. Inappropriate, can I get a high five?
We're talking about a sexually coercive landscape in which men are socialized into taking sex from women. Women are socialized into capitulating to that as a part of a normal, quote-unquote, social scene. And the terrain on which sex then goes forward is extremely difficult and extremely dangerous, especially for young women. This is a culture in which sexual intrusion has become normalized.
This guy just came up to me and like, hey, what's your name? And started touching my butt, and I grabbed him and I was like, you know, like, no, that's not okay.
Out here, there's a lot of grabbing, whistling, just grabbing your face, trying to make out with you.
Yeah. Guys out here, they think they can do anything.
I honestly walked by a guy and he ripped my top down. I was like, no.
This one guy, I don't know who he was, came up to me and starts like trying to like touch me. I'm like, ew, like get off of me. And then he walks away, he's like, yeah, fine, fuck you, you bitch. I'm like, you literally came up to me and were like sexually harassing me. Like,
you guys ask for permission when they like grip you and stuff like
No,
that?
they don't. They're disgusting.
She punched someone in the face.
I punched someone in the face.
No.
My first day here. I hit a guy the other day. I went like elbowed him. He just literally come up behind you and grab your butt. Some random guy literally sucked my tit out of nowhere. I just went with it. There was nothing much I could do.
Yeah, there was definitely nothing she could do. There was nothing you could do to stop that.
They'll come up to you, they'll grab you in every way, shape, or form. They think that they're entitled to you and to your body.
Tell me about that. What happened? So her coochie was wide open. So shit, she pulled the fucking coochie off, and everybody just went at it. Everybody just went at it. Fucking had a blast. I know what. Blasted blast.
They started grabbing right there, man.
Grabbing everything. Grabbing and fondling her fucking fun box.
Why do guys feel entitled to women's bodies?
Because
it's spring break.
It's not even the spring break mentality. It happens
everywhere. I can tell you.
Bars.
I can tell you everywhere. Especially, we have a club back in town called Coliseum. Every time I go into this club, I can count 100% some guy's gonna try and take my clothes off. 100%. Guys feel like, and it's not even, media makes them think that it's okay because women are sexual objects. They're not like people.
MTV, man.
Yeah.
It plays a big role in that.
I
Every
watched the
reality
MTV
show.
Spring Break when I was a kid growing up. And you watch that, like, I watched that as a child growing up, like MTV Spring Break. And you watch that and you're like, Spring Break, you can do anything you want to.
Everybody ready? Yep. Okay.
Well, guys, today we're here to talk about probably one of the most disgusting, repulsive, sickening things that I've seen this year on Panama City Beach, and I've seen a lot of them. Today, we bring a case forward and publicly of a gang rape type sexual battery that occurred during the middle of March on the sandy white beaches directly behind the Spinnaker Club.
Bay County Sheriff's officials are continuing to investigate a video that has surfaced.
An apparent spring break gang rape recorded on a cell phone. There is a screenshot of the alleged assault. It has been blurred.
The video shows hundreds of beachgoers continuing to party, while less than 10 feet away, police say at least 3 men were gang raping an apparently unconscious 19-year-old woman.
They say that her legs are being held down, the police tell us. They say you can hear people saying, quote, "That's nasty," and, quote, "She isn't going to know," end quote.
The visual of everyone there not doing anything about it just shows how permissible it is in our society.
A crowded beach, broad daylight, and this apparently happening and no one doing a darn thing. How is that possible?
How do we explain something like this?
How could this happen? A gang rape in broad daylight on the beach with people all around this unconscious girl.
It's beyond my comprehension, especially if it was behind one of the super clubs.
This is not the first video we've recovered. It's not the second video. It's not the third video. There's a number of videos we've recovered with things similar to this. And I can only imagine how many we haven't recovered.
This is about something endemic in our culture, both in the spring break culture and on our college campuses, where we have institutionalized binge alcohol and hooking up culture. And at spring break, this is acted out, like as the sheriff said, more than he understood, more than he imagined. It's becoming normative, so these kids don't even understand they're engaging in criminal behavior when people are in a condition to not even be able to defend themselves.
Our culture and our society and our young people have got to the point to where obviously this is acceptable somewhere, and we can wear t-shirts and say save our beach all we want to, but that is not going to restore this girl who was viciously violated by these individuals last month on our beaches.
What are they thinking? Like, what are these guys thinking? And the answer is very simple. They think it's okay. They think that this is what they're supposed to do. This is the party. This is what you do. You have respectable businesses, hotels and restaurants and otherwise respectable businesses who are saying, do that. Let's have this night. Let's do these kinds of shots, right? It's a whole culture that's saying, do this. And so they're just acting out all those things that they've seen in one way or another through various forms of media growing up. They were socialized in our neighborhoods, they were socialized in our high schools and our communities. And we can sit there and watch that and see this horrific scene and go, what were they thinking? They were thinking it was okay.
during spring break. Sexual violence is absolutely the norm. The strange thing about all of this is this happens every year, and this happens with hundreds of thousands of people in hundreds of cities. The fact that we normalize that and let that happen in a public setting, I think is a clear indicator that we live in a rape culture where we condone this sort of behavior. So when we ask ourselves, why is it that young people are engaging in these things, we have to look at ourselves as well, because this is the culture that we've created.
What does it mean to be masculine? What does it mean to be feminine? What is the full range of what it means to be human? In popular culture, men and women are encouraged to be in the world in very, very narrow ways. We need to create a world that's not this narrow box, but there's this whole range of ways in which girls can be girls and boys can be boys.
When you get men away from the banter and the bravado of trying to impress other men, you get a very different story. You get a story of complexity, of self-doubt. Because I think at some level, we all know as men that this conception of masculinity is undermining our own ability to be full human beings. If you really want to be a person in the deepest sense that we mean that, you've got to let go of what we've learned as men, which is to use women for our own sexual pleasure.
We haven't challenged men and boys to be better. We haven't seen men challenge each other to be loving and caring and sensitive and passive and submissive and empathetic and vulnerable. We don't allow other men to be those things. But that's the truth for us as men. We need to be more honest about who we are as emotional, vulnerable human beings.
I remember asking a 9-year-old boy if he didn't have to live with these norms that he has to negotiate, if he didn't have to live with that, you know, what would the impact be for him? And he said to me, I would be free. And I said, wow, he's not liberated. So these same notions of manhood that are holding women hostage are holding men hostage. It's important for men to see that it's in our own self-interest to embrace the dignity of women. By embracing the dignity of women, I'm allowing myself to be full, myself to be whole. When I embrace the dignity of women, I'm no longer being held hostage to these rigid norms that define manhood. So when I'm promoting freedom for women, I'm promoting freedom for me.
The system is completely and profoundly broken for women. And so it's good for young women to fight to get away from the messages that make us feel that we need to be sex objects and that that's our worth, and to carve out spaces with like-minded individuals where they can explore these ideas of empowerment, what it really means to be empowered, what it really means to have self-worth and confidence, and how you can build that.
I want to put this out there for all young women. Do not believe the media, because it's bullshit. They need you to be thin, pretty, tall, gorgeous. But we're so much more than that. Like, you can be sweet, you can be fun, you can be happy. You can become a powerful woman in society if you want to.
It was necessary to grow up, step back, and realize that I was influenced by other people, and that all the decisions that I thought I was making myself were decisions made in the hopes of pleasing someone else or being like someone else. It's kind of sad, Especially because right now my sister's 15. And I'm just hearing all of us go through this. I don't want her to be pressured. I want her to do it herself, and I want her to feel strong, and I want her to make her own choices. I want her to know she's beautiful. I don't want her to base her worth on other people. It's hard growing up and just seeing the cycle continue. Baby sister.
I think in the heart of a woman, we want to be seen as truly beautiful, someone to be treasured and lifted up. And we're hoping, constantly hoping, that someone will not exploit, not degrade, but treasure who we are, who we really are. And that's at the heart of all of us. We all need to be known, to have human connection, to be seen, and to still be loved in that place. If we're keeping parts hidden or just displaying one thing or compartmentalizing our life, it's preventing us from being liberated in who we are in our fullness. There needs to be a resurgence in our culture that values humanity, that values a man, that values a woman for their entirety of mind, body, and soul. That process starts with me, and it starts with you.
Life as a child was full of possibility and freedom. As an adult, I realize how conditioned I've become, how scripted my life feels. In the struggle of growing up, we seem to lose our unique way of being in the world. Our sense of wonder and imagination is often drowned by cultural expectations and the pressure to conform. Maybe it's time for us to reclaim who we are, to see each other with empathy, and to strive to truly be free.
for tomorrow. The promise for tomorrow. Maybe pain. Ooh, a life full of love. Life full of love. And the suffering that kind of life brings. If I could speak every language on earth or in heaven, the words I speak would mean nothing without love.